So, welcome to a 2023 explanation of Super Auto Pets. This is a game where you basically choose your pets, you fight against other pets. I'm going to try and keep it short this time. I made a video back in 2022 and it's still incredibly relevant, however, we're going to try and do a faster version. So, if you want to play the game, you simply click play, and then you can have some options here, Arena versus and with friends. We're going to go with Arena since I can take my time with things. You can choose between a wide variety of different packs. So you have the Turtle Pack, which is the base pack. I recommend, if you haven't played this game before, starting off with the Turtle Pack at first. Then you can choose the Weekly Pack, also available for free. And the Weekly Pack basically just has a wide variety of different animals from different packs. So you can buy the individual packs. You have the Golden Pack, Star Pack, and Puppy Pack. And you can buy these packs, and I believe there's going to be a Unicorn Pack coming out soon. And you can buy these packs, and these packs basically come with different animals with their own different abilities. Yes, the animals and pets have different abilities. If you're playing with, I believe, any of the other packs other than the weekly pack, you can press same pack or all packs. That is your choice. Weekly pack, you do not get that choice. You're playing against other weekly pack players. Additionally, you also have a difficulty mode. That's relatively new. That didn't exist back in 2022. And what you can do is you can select your difficulty of easy, normal, and hard. Easy is basically like standard mode, except you get 2 extra lives and can't gain achievements or snacks. So it is basically an easy mode. You play the game, it's almost exactly the same, but you get extra lives, so you stay in the game longer, at the penalty of you don't get snacks or achievements. So it's basically meant to be like a practice area. Additionally, we have a hard mode where you pick a new bad toy after every 2 turns. It says 2 turn, I believe that's a typo. It's supposed to say 2 turns. Now, for the purposes of showing how this game works, we're going to go with hard mode so I can show you, because the first 2 turns are the same on easy mode. So, let's go right into it. To start off with, you have a bunch of different stuff on the screen. So you have the amount of coins you have up here. This is your current gold count. Use it to buy stuff. Resets next turn. So after every turn, you go back to exactly 10 gold, unless if you have certain characters that give you extra gold. For example, the Swan. But by default, you have 10. Here you have the amount of lives. Basically, every time you lose a life. It used to be different where, depending on what turn number it was, you would lose more or less lives. They changed it now, so it's uniform. After every round you lose 1 life, and only 1 life. However, if you lose within the first 2 turns, you get basically a pity heart, where it gives you a bonus heart, because you lost in the first 2 turns. Then we have the turn number. Basically, it's just what turn we're on. Currently, we're on turn 1. Shop upgrades on 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. And it says shop grades, but also at the same time, that is when you get your hard mode toys. So you get hard mode toys, which will negatively impact your gameplay at 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and any odd numbers after that. So every 2 turns, basically, but not on the first 2 turns. Here we have your battle victories. Reach 10 to win. I currently have 0 because, we just started. So, this is your selection of pets right here. From right to left, this is the order in which they go to battle. That's why you see this battle right here, and you go to the right. The pets on the right, they attack first, then the pet behind it, then the pet behind it, then the pet behind it, then the pet behind it. In that order, with exceptions. Now, all of these characters have different special abilities, but I'll explain kind of some of them. I'm not going to show all of them, obviously. This video would take like 40 minutes, but the general idea is that if you have a pet that does a start of battle stuff, then before the battle even starts, before the pets start attacking each other, that will happen first. So for example, Mosquito is a start of battle. So before anybody even attacks, the Mosquito is going to deal 1 damage to 1 random enemy. That is for start of battle stuff. And there is actually a order to start of battle. They don't say it in the game, but some things happen before others, and it's not very clear what happens. You kind of have to figure it out. Maybe there's like a documentation of it somewhere, but I don't know when and what order stuff happens. However, even if your character dies in a start of battle, like let's say you have the start of battle ability and it gets killed from this Mosquito, for example, and the Mosquito gets killed, it will still deal 1 damage to 1 random enemy. So, just to clarify. So, how do you attack? How do you take damage? So, Again, you put your animals in the order that you choose. And from the very beginning, like from the start, you can only buy 3 pets, and that is because you only have 10 gold. And as it says right here at the top right, as you can see to the right of Mosquito, to the right of Otter, and to the right of Horse, 3 gold. So every pet from the get-go, by default, again there are exceptions, but by default, every pet costs 3 gold, and every perk costs 3 gold, with the exception of the sleeping pill. The sleeping pill only costs 1 gold. But, and maybe there's other ones, but that's the default, okay? Most of them, the vast majority of them, it's 3 gold, 3 gold, okay? So, now we have the attack and health. So right here, attack. This is what that 2 on the fist right here is. That means that this mosquito, when it goes to attack another enemy, will deal 2 damage. The 2 on the heart, that means that when it goes to attack an enemy, that enemy will need to deal 2 damage in order to feint this mosquito. Feint or die, whatever, right? It's called feint because, you know, family-friendly game, but... Otter, same difference right here, 1 and 3. And Horse, 2 and 1. Now, obviously, if it was just about the attack and health, this would be a very basic and straightforward game. You just choose the most healthy and the most attacking characters. But obviously, this game is not that simple. Every single character has their own special abilities. And they all happen at different times. Well, some of them happen at the same time, but there's a wide variety of different times that they could happen. So, for example, Mosquito, their ability happens at the start of the battle. Otter, their ability happens the second that you buy that you buy the otter. Once you buy the otter, and it says buy right there, once you buy the otter, it does its ability. Horse, friend summon. So that means that either you spawn in a friend, like I select the otter right here and put it on the board, or if it is summoned via a character that has a summoning ability, because some characters have different abilities. So, just to give you an idea, what order do I want to go about this? I think I want to do the horse first. Oh, and there's also roll. I'll show roll in a second. So we have the horse first, and then because we have the horse, I'm going to do the otter. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to have to see it's going to happen, right? I'm going to select the otter, and I'm going to place it on here. Because the otter has the buy ability, where if I buy it, it gives 1 random friend plus 1 health. It will give 1 health to the horse. So the horse will go from 2-1 to 2-2. But because of the horse having a summon ability, where it says friend summon, give it +1 attack until end of battle, until the end of the battle, this otter will go from 1-3 to 2-3. So watch it. Make sure you're paying attention. There we go. Fist goes that way, heart goes that way. So as you saw, the fist jumped over to here. Now this otter has +1 attack, so instead of 1, it's 2, and this horse has 2 health. Now, you might be wondering, what is this little underline right here? Well, what that underline, that little white line right there, that means that it only lasts until the end of the battle. This means that whenever we go into another round, and we clean fresh, that otter will no longer have 2 attack damage, it will only have 1 attack damage. Side note, I didn't really mention this, but every single thing that happens within a battle, once the battle starts, let me say it worded that way, once the battle starts, everything that happens within the battle happens within the battle. That means that if you buff certain characters, or certain characters feint, or whatever the case may be, none of that matters for selecting your new character. So let's say that I buff this mosquito mid-round. Let's say the mosquito spawned in and I buff the mosquito mid-round. That health doesn't stay. It only lasts until the battle has ended. That's why it says right there, until end of battle. So keep in mind with these underscores right here, that means that once the round ends, that bonus will go away. You don't know how much bonus health it is, you just know that there is bonus health applied, or attack in this case. So, one last thing I will show you before we get into the game is that you can roll. So what you do is you press this roll button right here, and then all of a sudden, you have a fresh lineup of everything. So I, right here, have a new mouse. I have a horse. I have a duck. And I have an apple. Now, I can't buy any of these items, as you'll see here, because not enough gold. I have 0 gold, and you need 3 gold in order to buy an apple or a character. So this is basically what I'm stuck with. However, here's another thing that I can show you. You can freeze characters. So that, and they'll be covered in ice with this ice cube right here. And what happens when you freeze a character, that means that whenever you start your next turn, or whenever you roll, it could be whenever you roll as well, I can't show you the example because I don't have gold, I'll show you next turn. But whenever you roll, or whenever the turn ends, this horse will stay here, or not specifically the horse, but whatever you freeze will stay there. And it will always stay there, except for certain characters that unfreeze stuff, but, you know. Generally speaking, if you press freeze, that character, or item, will stay there forever. And there's two different types of items. There are snacks, or food, for example, this is an apple, and there's perks. We just had a perk, and I should have showed it to you. It was the honey, and what the honey does is when you put it on a animal or a pet, it will spawn a bee when it faints. But whatever. The mouse just got buffed, so let's give the mouse a go, and let's give the horse a go. So we're going to end the turn, and I'm going to show you what happens in the battle. So we're going to go with the orange fossils, or the hot fossils, hot noobs, insolent noobs. Orange noobs. Yeah, the orange noobs. So by default, I'm going to have to pause this right here up at the top. Ooh, look at that entry. Okay, so, two things you might have noticed. A, they have a different background, so you can buy or unlock different backgrounds. The backgrounds don't affect anything, they're just cosmetic. I went with the default background and no hats, because that is what you'll see when you're loading into the game, so it's not going to confuse any of you going into it. It's like, why does he have hats? Why does he have a different background? The reason why is because to avoid those confusions, I just went with default. And also, I just like default, okay? I don't usually get a hat anyway, but... So, you have different options. You have autoplay and fast autoplay. For the time being, I'm going to turn off autoplay and fast so I can show every single thing that's happened. In the bottom left right here, you have what turn it is. This should be the same on both teams. You have how many wins you have and how many lives you have. So this applies to both teams. Or it's not going to be the same for both teams, but you get to see what it is for both teams. You very well might be going against an opponent that has less health or less lives or more lives, or less wins or more wins, or the same amount of wins. Generally speaking, it's going to be around the same. What is going to always be the same, though, is the turn number. So whatever turn you're on, they will also have made this on the same turn. So the way that Arena works, this doesn't apply to Versus, but the way that Arena works is you're basically fighting a shadow, or not a shadow, but like you're basically fighting a version of your previous team. Your previous team, of a different team. So this isn't happening in real time. This person right here, Lionel MCH, he's not sitting there actively waiting for me to press the play button, okay? This is just a shadow that is just meant to say, hey, this is the team that you're supposed to go up against. Now, this is an actual person, Lionel MCH, and they did actually select this team. They just didn't select it at this exact moment, and they're currently waiting for me to play, okay? So you don't have to worry about pausing it or opening the menu or going to settings or whatever. Just take your time, basically. In Arena, Versus is different. So we're going to press play, and you're going to see right here how everything happens. So pressing play, right here, start of battle, Mosquito. Remember when I said start of battle? Start of battle, Mosquito, deal 1 damage, and this little notifier right here, this is basically a attack of sorts. This is a ability attack. So it's slightly different in the way that it's worded and used, like character attack versus ability attack, because certain characters or items, they only buff the ability attack, but not your character attack. Okay, so there is a difference between ability attack and character attack damage. So right here, start of battle, deal 1 damage to 1 random enemy. I'm gonna press play. As you can see, that rock hit this duck right here. So this duck went from 2 damage and 4 health, 2 damage and 3 health. Now the horse is going to be going up against the duck, but because the duck, so what's going to happen here, right? 2 attack, 2 health, 3 health. So because the duck has 1 extra health, he will kill me, because 2 and 2, but I will not kill him, he'll have 1 health left. So you see that? 1 health. Now, it's me, Otter, up against this duck right here, and I have 2 attack and 3 health. He has 2 attack and 1 health. I will kill him. He will not kill me. I will be left with 1 health. Same again, 2, 1, 2, 3. I will knock him down to 1 health. He will kill me. Or faint me. Honestly, that looks pretty violent, though. I feel like I'm probably dead. 3, 2, 2, 1. He will kill me, and I will kill him at the same time. But because he has an auto right here, that means that I lose. Defeat. And that otter right there is to show that the otter was alive whenever I lost. So just click the button in order to go to the next section. So, oh, by the way, I never explained, these little yellow stars right here at the bottom, that means that this is a character that you already have in your selection. So it's basically just so you can glance and be like, oh, okay, I have that, I can use that. So, now let's talk about upgrading your characters. Your characters have different levels, and if you go into the, you see this little print up here, the paw print up here, you go over here, you can look at what every character does, and you can look at what their abilities do at different levels. So, if you combine two different characters, then what happens is the health and attack of the most healthy character will be, or so let me word it this way, okay? Which out of the two characters, whichever character has the most amount of attack, that attack will be applied to the combined character plus 1. Whoever has the most health, that health will be applied to that character plus 1. This is a perfect example I can show you, because this right here, this horse has 3 attack and 1 health. This horse right here has 2 attack and 2 health. So I can click on it, and when I combine them, you see this little arrow right here? That means I can combine them and upgrade it. You see this little bar right here, how it's empty? Whenever I click it, it'll make that sound, and now my character has 1 experience level. That's what they call it. They call it an experience level. So, if I were to have another horse here, I could combine it and it would level up to level 2. So now, as you saw too, remember what I said, 3, 1, 2, 2. So, the 2 health was added plus 1, so now it's 3 health. The 3 attack was added plus 1, 4 attack. Okay, you understand that? So you're not adding the exact health like together, right? It wasn't 3 plus 2 and 1 plus 2. It was, well, I mean, I guess it technically was 1 plus 2, but just by pure coincidence. But it wasn't 3 plus 2, for example. It was just 3 plus 1 whenever you combine them. So now, this is 1 experience level. So, I can show you a cell ability. Or should I show you that now, or should I show you the apple? Well, we have the mouse here. I think I'm going to show you the apple. Because, or should I? Nah, I just need bodies. I need bodies on the table. So we're going to add another mosquito in here, but we're not going to combine them, because when I combine them, all it's really going to do is boost the health by 1 for each character, or the health and attack by 1 for each character. But if I have 2 individual mosquitoes, then it'll do, this one will deal 1 damage, and this one will deal 1 damage. So I'm going to be dealing 2 damage to 2 different enemies. Well, maybe they might be the same enemy. It's random. So that is a better strategy if you don't have characters. So generally speaking, your strategy is you want to just fill the board. You want everybody, you want to have 5 characters here, unless if you have a specific character that benefits from there only being 4 characters. Now, as a little attempt here, I'm going to press end turn, and you'll see right here, it'll give you this warning, end turn with excess gold. The reason why it's warning me is because I still have 1 gold. So don't worry, if you try to press end turn and you have gold left that you forgot to spend, you can just simply press cancel and you can go ahead and roll or buy a character if you have enough gold. But currently I only have 1 gold, so I cannot buy a character or an apple. What I will also do is I will also freeze this apple, so you can get to see an example of freezing when I roll. As you can see here, the apple has stayed, but I got a completely new roster of pets. We're going to freeze this mosquito so I can show you what a level 2 mosquito looks like. So we're going to go ahead and start. So, start of battle, these 2 mosquitoes are going to go. Boom, dead. Or not dead, but attacked, sorry. These 2 are going to fight. I survive. These 2 are going to fight. We both die. These 2 are going to fight. We both die. These 2 are going to fight. They both die. However, this ant has a faint ability. So because this ant has fainted, when I say die, by the way, I mean faint, whatever, right? Because this ant has a feint ability, what it's going to do is it's going to give one random friend +1 attack and +1 health as its dying breath. And because it only has one friend, well, in this case it's not random, it's going to be the beaver. There's no other character it could give it to. But if you had more characters, it would be random. +1 attack, +1 health. So as opposed to being 3-2, it is now 4-3. This otter and this beaver are going to go head on. I believe, yeah, I'm going to do 2 damage. Kind of a shame, because we are both going to... I'm going to lose again, basically. Because he had honey, so he had honey. You saw there was the honeybees around him, or the honey jars around him. Because he had honey, he will now summon a 1/1 bee after fainting, and this is the bee right here. So because he had a bee, and he had more characters alive, and all of my characters are dead, he wins that round. That is my second defeat. But that means that I can show you... This is what you see happens right here. You reached turn 3, Tier 2 pets unlocked. So now I get to unlock any of these different pets right here. So we have the kangaroo, the worm, the flamingo, the peacock, the hedgehog, the rat, the swan, the crab, the snail, and the spider. So when I click, it will give me this warning right here. Oh, also this right here. You reach turn 3 with a lost life, gain 1 back. So like I said, if you lose a turn, or if you lose a battle within the first 2 turns, you will gain 1 life back. So basically, it doesn't really matter if you lose once within the first 2 turns, because you will just get that heart back. It doesn't matter. The only thing, I mean, it does matter in that you are missing out on the opportunity cost of not getting a heart, but it doesn't make a difference whether you draw once. Like, I mean, obviously if you lose twice, you will have 4 instead of 5, right? And this is the case right now. But it doesn't matter if you draw once, or if you lose once, you're going to get 1 heart back. Now, because we're on hard mode, again, the purpose is to show you how hard mode works. You're playing on hard mode and reached an odd turn. When they say odd turn, they mean odd number turn. Choose toy challenge. So I have to choose one of these 2 toys. Again, if you're playing on normal mode, you won't see this screen. So presumably, if you're new to this game, you don't see this screen. So don't worry. But I'm going to have to select one of these 2 toys that will massively negatively affect my gameplay. All enemies fainted, make all friends faint. So what that means is that if all of the enemies are dead, if they're all fainted, then all of my pets also die. So this basically means I cannot win unless if one of my characters either has a summon ability or a summon perk. So remember that bee we showed you at the very beginning, or the very end of the last round? If I have a bee on my last character, or any of my characters, and they are still alive at the end, then it doesn't matter that all of my friends fainted, I still have a bee, which means that I survive. Alternatively, I could choose Dodgeball. Start of battle, deal 30 damage to the lowest health friend, triggers 2 times. So basically, since we're in the early game, if I were to select this, I would literally just straight up kill 2 of my lowest health friends. And since it's a tie, it would just randomly choose between this one, and this one. It would choose 2 of the 3 of these 2, if I were to not choose anything. I'm going to go ahead and go with Yo-Yo. It might not work out, but it is what it is. Now I can show you what it's like to upgrade a character. If I buy this mosquito... Actually, here's the strategy, right? Again, I played this game a bit, so I'm going to show you a strategy. I'm not going to combine this mosquito directly with this mosquito. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this mosquito with this mosquito right here. So this goes with 1 experience. It is now 3 attack, 3 health. And the smart thing to do right here is to take this mosquito and spawn him in. Do you know why? Can you think about why I would want to do that rather than just directly combining them? Take 1 second to guess. That's your 1 second. The answer is because of the horse. This horse will buff my mosquito by 1 attack. I'll be honest, I don't know if it made a difference. I don't think it made a difference. But that is the mindset you want to have. There's no reason to not do it in this specific instance. So that is what I'm going to do. So now when I combine these 2 mosquitoes, 2 things are going to happen. A, it's going to go from level 1 to level 2. And B, it's going to give me a random selection of 2 pets from the next tier. So let's combine them real quick so you can see exactly what that looks like. Boom. So, we're currently We're currently on turn 3, which means only tier 2 animals should be available. But because I did this method, I have two options to choose from next tier. So this is technically an early pick. And you can do this basically on any turn. If you combine them together, you get the highest, or you get the next available tier. The maximum tier is 6, so when you combine and level up 2 characters on tier 6, then you only get tier 6 pets. So, my two options are Camel and Dolphin. Again, I'm not going to go over every single character and explain what they do, because this would take forever, but basically I can choose one of these two. Now, why is this linked right here? That means that I can only choose one of these two. When I select one, as you can see with this red X, when I select one, the other one will not be available. If I select one, the other one will not be available, even if I freeze it, right? So I think I'm gonna go with the Camel, just because Camels are really good. Camel just got buffed, by the way. It used to be 2/4, and it would give +1 or +2/+2. Well, it didn't get buffed, it got changed. It used to be 2 attack, 4 health, but when it got hurt, it would give nearest friend +2/+2. Now it only gives +1/+2, but its attack has been buffed by 1. So I don't know if it's a buff or a nerf specifically, but you get the idea. So even if I freeze this pet right here, and I put the Camel in selection, it doesn't matter, the Dolphin has gone away, and that is because it is a linked pet. I cannot have both, I can only have one or the other. So now, we're going to roll again. Dang it, I was hoping I could get, honey. So now, here's what's going to happen. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. You can sell your pets. So whenever you sell a pet, it is going to be worth 1 gold. That's what this parentheses 1 right here means. That means that whenever you sell the pet, you will increase your amount of gold by 1. Unless, if it is a level 2 pet, as you can see this is a level 2 pet, in which case it will be worth 2 gold. If I have a level 3 pet, it will be worth 3 gold whenever I sell it. So, and another thing too, as you might have noticed, is it only takes combining 3 different pets together to get a level 2. However, you have to combine another 3 pets or get another 3 experience. There's other ways of getting experience, but that's the most common ways to combine pets. Another 3 experience in order to go from level 2 to level 3, and level 3 is the max. So once I were to do that, then that would be it. Now we're going to go ahead and sell this mouse. And this mouse, or this apple right here, is worth 1 gold because of the mouse's special ability. So whenever I apply this apple to a character of my choosing, it will only cost 1 gold as opposed to 3, which is particularly useful because of the ability that I'm about to use, which is the spider. I'm going to place this spider right here at near the end. It's going to be one of the last 2. Oh yeah, and the horse is going to buff it. Should it be the last or the very last one, or the one of the last 2? I don't know. Oh yeah, and I'm going to use this apple. So apple, give 1 pet +1 attack and +1 health. Oh, and to explain what the cupcake is, the cupcake is basically a hardcore super buffed version of the apple. However, it only lasts until the end of the battle. So you give 1 pet +3 and +3, which is 3 times as good as the apple. However, it only lasts until the end of the battle, which means that long-term, a cupcake won't help you. It will only immediately help you if you are at threat of losing, or if you just want to make sure you win. And it won't make sure you win, but if you want to make your odds of winning a lot higher. So, this is my selection / roster of characters. I think this is fine. Well, I mean, I don't really have a choice. I'm going to have to end turn either way. So the reason why I put my spider, let me explain too, right? So because this is a summon character, right? And because this is a character who benefits summon abilities, generally speaking, you're going to want to have your summon characters in front of your horse, or any character that benefits from a friend summon. Because if the horse is at the very front, and it dies, then it's no longer able to benefit any of the summon characters. However, remember this right here, the yo-yo, all friends faint, make all enemies faint, make all friends faint. This means that I can't win unless if my spider is still alive. I literally can't win because everyone would die. So in order to increase the odds of him surviving by as much as possible, I'm going to keep the spider at the very back. So that way, it has to go, all of the enemies will have to go through all of these guys first before it can hurt my spider. Hopefully it works. It might not work either way, but hopefully it does. Alright, let's just kind of go through. So Mosquito does its attack. It just so happens to hit... Oh, by the way, Mosquito, because it's a level 2, it deals 1 damage to 2 different random enemies. So that's its level 2 version. And level 3 version, it's 3 random enemies. So, Mosquito, it hit this guy and this guy or whatever, I wasn't paying attention. His Mosquito is going to hit, because it's a level 1 Mosquito, it only hit one of my guys and it hit my Otter. My Camel will kill his Mosquito, and because of my ability, Hurt, so this Camel just got hurt from the 2 damage right here. Hurt, give the nearest friend behind +1 attack and +2 health. So this Mosquito right here will go from 5-4 to 6-6. Moving on to the next character, this will kill my Camel, but because it's hurt, it will still do its ability. But also, I kill it as well, so it's a trade. And now it's a 7-8. Flamingo, Faint, give the 2 nearest friends behind +1, +2. So, +1, my bad. The 2 nearest friends behind +1, +1. So, whenever this Flamingo faints, this fish will go from 3-3 to 4-4, and this beaver will go from 3-3 to 4-4 as well. And it just fainted right there. Boom, 4-4, 4-4. And now, I will kill this fish right here. Boom. And now, I will kill this beaver right here. Now, remember what I said about the yo-yo. It's going to kill all of my pets. Yo-yo, all enemies fainted, make all friends faint. Boom. All of my pets are dead. However, I still win because my spider happened to summon a dog. So, that is the reason why I put my summon at the very back of the scale. So, there you have it. That is basically all of the general information you need to know before you play Super Auto Pets. Obviously, you know, if you want to see some more in-depth gameplay, you can go ahead and watch it yourself, but I recommend just buying it and playing the game, or not even buying it, installing the game. It's free. It's available on both phones and Steam, and probably other places too. Seriously, check out this game, try it, it is incredibly fun, and let me know how you go. Try hard mode if you're good at the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, take care, peace, and have a good one.